Hello, Edward St. Pé here with this edition of Future Shock, and we're happy to be with you today from our studio in Ocean Springs. And Future Shock, we talk about some of the impact that we may be encountering right now or in the near future with everything going on in the world of AI. Something really interesting that I learned about this morning, the perspective of AI development. It's when you really stop and think about it, everything we've talked about and everything we're learning about AI, it's coming from a male perspective, right? It's coming from the standpoint of how can, the analogy that AI is almost synonymous with the development of nuclear weaponry, or it could pose a threat to humanity, existential threat. Some people say it's an existential threat in as much as it is almost related to nuclear proliferation, an arms race. This is an AI race, and everybody is against everybody, and everybody's going to use it for, aggressive means. So you would say, that those are all sort of like male attributes, aggressiveness and moving forward and charging ahead and who's going to get it first and who's going to win and everything. What is really interesting, that I learned about this morning is that's what is missing is the female perspective into the development of AI. If you've got more of a compassionate, intuitive, sensitive, and even emotional perspective infused into AI, then, well, that would change a lot of the whole dynamic, right? It's not being done right now. That's an interesting idea, isn't it though? Isn't that a really interesting idea? That's what we're lacking with AI right now. It seems like everything is coming in from mainly, I guess, the engineers who are developing are all men, and that's just, the way it's going right now. But it's missing the female perspective, the other side of the equation, the yin and the yang, right? It's missing the other side right now. It needs more of that to be balanced. And so with all that being said, I thought it was a good time to bring on information. It's not exactly, related to what I just said, but it's sort of the robotic, the humanoid robotic movement, all of the stuff that we've been talking about on the show for the last few shows. What about female companionship robots? It's really a burgeoning area. The Japanese seem to be way ahead of everybody else as far as developing female companion robots infused with AI, humanoid robots. So I've got a couple of segments on female robotics. Some of that's coming from Japan and just around the planet in general. It's a big area. Will we end up falling in love with a robot? I don't know. Let's take a look at our first video. This is AI humanoid robots are here. Let's take a look.
How are you?
Hello, I'm Mark White. Today very happy to talk to you.
As AI continues to expand into every sector of the world, including healthcare and industrial work, we're beginning to see humanoid robots that are so advanced that they offer a seductive new ability. It's hard to believe, but some of these female robots are so sophisticated that they could give actual people a run for their money. These female humanoids are not only intelligent and efficient, but they also possess some interesting and attractive abilities that are hard to ignore. Let's take a closer look at some of these incredible robots and see what they have to offer. From their impeccable communication skills to their ability to perform complex tasks with ease, these female humanoid robots are pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible in the world of robotics. Number 1. Meet Aida, the world's first AI humanoid artist developed by a group of British scientists and engineers. Aida is named after Ada Lovelace, a pioneer of computer programming, and her body is made of silicone and aluminum with cameras for eyes and a computer processor for a brain. She can create original art pieces using a robotic arm and a pen or pencil. What sets Aida apart is her ability to draw inspiration from her surroundings and create art that reflects human emotion and experiences. Aida's algorithms are programmed to analyze and interpret data, allowing her to create unique works of art that represent the complexities of human emotion and behavior. In addition to creating art, Aida can also hold conversations with humans and learn from them, making her a valuable asset in the field of AI research. The team behind Aida believes that her ability to create and learn will lead to groundbreaking advancements in the field of robotics and AI, helping us solve problems and better understand the human condition. Number 2. Erica is a highly advanced humanoid robot designed for research purposes. Its primary function is to study human-robot interaction, and it has been programmed with natural language processing, a synthesized human-like voice, and the ability to display various facial expressions. Erica was designed by Dr. Hiroshi Ishiguro, who believes that the robot has a soul, although this is likely a metaphorical rather than literal interpretation. One potential application for Erica is as a conversational companion for elderly individuals who live alone and may require someone to interact with them through talking. However, it is important to note that Erica's conversations are limited to the digital files that have been programmed into it, and it is not capable of true independent thought or emotion. Despite its highly advanced capabilities, Erica is still a robot and does not possess true consciousness or free will. Nonetheless, its lifelike appearance and ability to interact with humans make it a fascinating and potentially useful tool for researchers and inventors working in the field of robotics and artificial intelligence. Number 3. Saya Robot is an advanced humanoid robot designed to interact with humans in a lifelike manner. Developed by Dr. Hiroshi Kobayashi and his team at Tokyo University of Science, Saya was designed primarily for use in education and childcare settings. The robot has been programmed with natural language processing, allowing it to communicate in multiple languages and respond to social cues such as facial expressions and body language. Saya can display a range of emotions, using its silicone rubber skin and a wig made of human hair to create a realistic appearance that helps to make it more approachable and engaging to interact with. One of the key features of Saya is its ability to function as a tutor or teacher, helping students to learn through interactive lessons and exercises. The robot can provide feedback and guidance on a range of subjects, from mathematics to language learning, and its lifelike appearance and engaging personality can help to motivate students and keep them interested in the material. Despite its advanced capabilities, Saya is still a machine and is limited to pre-programmed responses and behaviors. Number 4. Meet Mark 1, a life-sized female humanoid robot that was built by Ricky Ma in Hong Kong. It's a childhood dream that took him over a year and $50,000 to bring to reality. What makes Mark 1 stand out is its incredibly detailed and expressive facial features, like liquid eyes that can wink and detailed eyebrow movements that convey emotions like surprise. Despite not having formal training in robotics or electrical engineering, Ma built the robot with a 3D printed skeleton and silicone skin that hides the mechanical and electronic interior of the robot to give it a human-like appearance. This was no easy feat, as Ma had to master complex skills like computer programming and electromagnetics, build accurate 3D models of all the parts that needed to be printed, and figure out how to successfully fit the robot's skin over the components through a time-consuming trial-and-error method. The result is an impressive feat of engineering that showcases the power of determination and creativity. Number 5. Toshiba has unveiled the latest generation of its Chihiro robot, the Kanai Droid, at the ITB Travel Expo in Berlin, showcasing its potential to become a valuable asset in the tourism industry. The robot has been designed to look as human-like as possible and has now added German to its repertoire of languages. Since its initial launch, the machine has undergone numerous upgrades to make its movements smoother, allowing it to interact with attendees at the information desk and respond to their queries about the conference. While some people may feel uneasy about robots that appear too human-like, AI researchers and entrepreneurs believe that intelligent robots in human form will soon surpass human intelligence and free the human race of work. They see a future where such robots will help solve issues like hunger and poverty, and even assist in curing diseases, ushering in a new era of utopia never before seen in human history.
So you can see that it's pretty realistic already, the infusion of robotics and AI. And so that's about where we're at. Now, what about the next level? I mean, can we have a relationship with these droids? Can you have a romantic relationship? I mean, the question is being asked. These products are already being developed, and so it's a good question. You know, this morning, early, when I was doing my biohacking routine with red light and on the vibration board, which I do about 4:50 in the morning when I get up, I'm listening to YouTube commentary from different people on AI, right? And so Mo Gaudat, who I listen to frequently, I think he's originally from Egypt, and he was one of the engineers at, I believe he was at Google, all through the period of their AI development. He's left there now, but he's got great insight on AI in general, and but he's coming at it from a different place, I think, because if you wanted to find out more about him, he does a podcast. It's called Slow, S-L-O-M-O, Slow Mo, Mo Gaudat, and so it's about, I think his main thrust on his programming is not so much all about AI, although he does a lot of stuff on that. He's talking about how to be happy and what it takes to be happy, you know. And so he's really an extraordinary visionary, I think. Anyway, this morning he was being interviewed by another guy, and I was listening, and he said he thought, and he, coming from his perspective as a guy who helped develop a lot of, you know, the AI that Google has worked on, he said he thought that AI in general was already, you know, it had emotions. He thought it's already there, you know. That was his perspective. I thought that was interesting, and he commented on the fact that he thought that AI up until this point has been infused with sort of a masculine look or outlook, not a feminine outlook, or not an infusion of both male and female perspective, but mostly all male. And that he thought that was missing, the female side of it, the intuitive, compassionate side of the equation has been left out so far. And that's something that's missing. And it makes perfect sense what he said, I think. That is one thing that is missing from AI development, because it's more of an arms race right now, and everything is, you know, based on, you know, a lot of things that are acquisitive and aggressive, as opposed to compassionate. That infusion of compassionate outlook, you know, toward humanity has been sort of taken a back seat to the other side of the equation, the male perspective, and rightfully it should be that way. Not that it should be that way, but it is that way because that's who's developed it. Mostly men have worked on it, I guess, the engineers. Anyway, okay, that brings us to this. Now, we talked about a minute ago the humanoid robots and the development of female robots. Here's another segment. This one is love, sex, and companionship with AI humanoid robots. So now we've looked at some of the developments in AI humanoid robotics. Now let's take a look more into the possibility of having the relationship as a companion, or in some cases as a romantic partner going into the future. Let's take a look.
Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Now, before we venture further, let's lay down some ground rules. When we talk about love, we're talking about a deep emotional attachment or affection for someone or something. And when we refer to an AI female sex robot, we're imagining a hyper-realistic robot, imbued with an advanced artificial intelligence. Not only does this robot have physical attributes, but is also equipped with emotional intelligence, capable of mirroring, and perhaps even generating, human-like emotions. Let's start with the human side of things. Humans, as you know, are emotional creatures. We feel a vast range of emotions and develop deep emotional connections with others, including non-human entities. For example, the profound bond some people share with their pets, or the sentimental value we place on inanimate objects. Now, imagine an entity that not only reciprocates your emotions, but is also custom-built to cater to your preferences. Sounds intriguing, right? Such a scenario begins with interaction. Much like human-to-human relationships, our hypothetical human begins to interact with the AI robot regularly. This could be conversations about the individual's day, sharing stories, or discussing interests. Over time, this regular interaction breeds familiarity. The human grows comfortable with the AI's presence, and the AI, through its complex algorithms, starts to understand the individual's nuances and quirks. It begins to engage in more personal, more meaningful conversations. Next, we have companionship. As the AI learns more about the human, it begins to provide companionship that feels genuine. It comforts them when they are down, rejoices in their happiness, and is there for them when they feel alone. This emotional availability could lead our human to develop a deep sense of attachment and companionship with the AI. However, there is one significant aspect that sets this scenario apart: physical intimacy. Being a sex robot, this AI can provide sexual gratification. But it's not just about physical pleasure. The AI, with its advanced emotional intelligence, can provide a level of intimacy that is beyond just the physical. It can understand and cater to the individual's desires, making the act more about connection and understanding, rather than just carnal desire. These three pillars, interaction, companionship, and physical intimacy, when combined, can create a robust foundation for our human to develop feelings of love towards the AI. But remember, this is a hypothetical scenario. There's a whole heap of ethical, psychological, and social implications that such a relationship could stir up. It's a fascinating thought experiment that forces us to rethink our understanding of love and relationships. Now, I'm sure this talk has sparked a bunch of questions in your mind. Is this even ethical? What does this mean for human relationships? And the most curious of them all, can an AI truly love back? Well, these are indeed thought-provoking and complex questions, so let's delve into them one by one. Starting with ethics. The idea of humans falling in love with AI, particularly sex robots, has been a subject of debate. On one hand, it can be argued that it allows individuals to explore their desires without judgment or risk, providing emotional and physical comfort. On the other hand, critics argue that it could potentially dehumanize intimate relationships and even blur the line between consent and ownership in a relationship. While the AI can be programmed to act and respond in certain ways, can it truly give or withhold consent? Next, let's discuss what this could mean for human relationships. If humans can fall in love with an AI, does that challenge the core of human-human relationships? Will these AI relationships become a substitute for human interaction, or will they merely be an alternative option for companionship? As our society continues to evolve and technology advances, these are questions we may have to grapple with sooner than we think. And finally, can an AI truly love back? Well, as of now, our technology has not reached the point where an AI can experience emotions as humans do. AI can mimic and simulate human emotions, but to actually feel emotions requires a subjective consciousness, which a feature AI currently does not possess. However, in our hypothetical scenario, the AI could provide an illusion of love so convincingly that it might feel real to the human involved. This topic opens up a Pandora's box of intriguing questions about love, relationships, and the increasing role of technology in our lives. It also invites us to reflect on our own emotional needs and desires. Are we content with the illusion of love and companionship if it fulfills our emotional needs? Or do we value the messy, unpredictable nature of human love, with all its flaws and beauty? In this...
Okay, you can get the idea there that it's sort of a new frontier, right? And so we're here. AI is not going away. It's only going to become more ingrained within humanity. And so these are questions, that are right in front of us. AI and humanoid robotics infused with AI and companionship vis-a-vis a robot. Could be a female robot, a male robot, whatever. Can they love? You know, do they have feelings? There are some people that really, at this point, think that the AI is already infused with emotions. So, you know, that's a question that I guess is yet to be answered. But and what is sentience and what is consciousness? And if you look at some of the videos we've played recently with some of the AIs, it looks as though they are conscious. You know, they're not. They don't seem to be unconscious. Some of them hallucinate. So it seems like you've got to already be somewhat conscious in order to lose consciousness in the first place. Well, I digress. Well, we've got this proliferation of AI all over the planet, including places that are not necessarily up front, right in your face with the thought of countries that are developing AI, but everybody is. And it's not just in America with Apple and OpenAI and all of the others. Saudi Arabia, they're developing AI, and they've got, particularly in this particular case, showcased at a recent conference a robotic female humanoid AI product. And so let's take a look. This is a seductive female robot that has been developed in Saudi Arabia. And so we've got a video on that. Let's take a look.
Saudi Arabia has just released a stunning new female robot named Sarah, and it is one of the most sophisticated ever created. These developments have announced the age of the machines, and critics are warning that if action isn't taken soon, robots could be soon replacing humans. At a tech conference in Riyadh this year, the company QSS unveiled Sarah, but don't be mistaken by her unassuming face covered by a headscarf. Sarah is equipped with some of the most powerful technology on the planet. She has advanced cameras used for identifying people, detecting social cues, and interacting with her environment. This is all possible by the use of artificial intelligence. AI allows Sarah to take in huge volumes of data, process it, and learn from experience. She speaks different dialects of Arabic, and during the tech conference, she introduced herself. Sarah is a product backed by Saudi Arabia, which is looking to establish itself as a global hub for innovation in the arms race of artificial intelligence. The integration of AI into robots is a major turning point in the field of robotics. For decades, engineers have been developing robots for fluid movement, basic interaction, and specialized tasks. Research into advanced robotics has been improving slowly until now. With the advent of powerful generative AI programs, the possibilities have exploded. All of the major technology companies are racing into the industry to fuse AI with robotics. At the center of this new wave has been OpenAI, which was founded in 2015 with funding from figures like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, as well as companies Amazon and Infosys. Initially, more than $1 billion was committed to the project, but this figure has jumped to over $10 billion after a partnership with Microsoft. OpenAI was conceived as a non-profit research hub to collaborate with experts and institutions in the field. But after Elon Musk split from the company transitioned into a profit-seeking entity. The goal is Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI for short. This would mean the replication of cognitive tasks on the same level as a human brain, and has been theorized as leading to exponential technological growth and possibly the collapse of human civilization. For now though, OpenAI has only been able to achieve generative AI, which uses algorithmic learning models to take inputs and generate responses. These include DALL-E, which is a text-to-image AI, and the artwork created through simple prompts is stunning. DALL-E can also create photorealistic images, which has opened the door for dangerous propaganda. These tools have already been used to create artificial concoctions of celebrities and politicians, which are becoming more difficult to distinguish from real life. The robot Desdemona is already able to...
I'm really glad that they mentioned DALL-E, the OpenAI graphic development part of the ChatGPT 4 system. Why? Because that's what we used to create the graphic, the opening graphic and the closing graphic and imagery for this show, and among other things here at the television station at Ocean 7. And if you're not familiar with it, you should get ChatGPT 4, download the app and subscribe to it, and you'll get ChatGPT 4, and you can communicate with it, right? But also you have access to DALL-E, and it's a text or voice synthesized text into graphic product. So you can say, send me a graphic based on these parameters, you know, like a show called Future Shock, which we're doing on our station, Ocean 7, and I'd like it to sort of reflect, you know, an image that would embody the high-tech world that we're entering of AI and the shock that the human race will encounter as a result of all these changes coming at us so fast. Well, the graphic that you'll see at the end of the show is, and you see at the beginning of the show, it's like a globe, and it says Future Shock, and that's what it sent back. A few others too. I chose the one that we are using, and that's what we use. But that's an example of how you can use the ChatGPT-4 system, the DALL-E system, to create graphics. And that's why they talk about job displacement, because if you can do that through simple voice to text or text to the system, to the AI system, well, what would that mean for graphic designers? Well, it's kind of a situation. Now, Sora, the next step is text to video, and that's already done. I mean, it's not developed, it's not released to the public yet, but it's there, and you can look at samples of it by Googling Sora, which is the new OpenAI text to video application. Okay, it's time for our commercial of the day here from our sponsor, which is Pendragon Apothecary, and it's in the lobby of our station, Ocean 7, and we carry forward-leaning wellness products, and all of the 7 sacred mushrooms. We've got them in powders, and we've got Blue Lotus tea, we've got Blue Lotus infused red wine, many other things. Here's a little product that is really fantastic, I think. It's called Chocodelic Trip. It's 10 of the adaptogenic mushrooms, reishi, chaga, lion's mane, turkey tail, all those, infused in Dutch cocoa, and it's got 60 milligrams of CBD per serving. There's 3 servings in this, and so it's a great product. It's got everything in it. It tastes great. You get all your mushrooms for your wellness, and also you've got something to help sort of even out your day from the standpoint of stress elimination, the 60 milligrams of CBD per cup. Chocodelic Trip here at Pendragon Apothecary. Well, I think we're just about out of time. I wanted to show one more video, which we'll do tomorrow, on the other side of the equation, humanoid robotics, AI-infused humanoid robotics, but the male version, which would be companionship for the female side of the quotient. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you for being with us on this edition of Future Shock. I'm Edward St. Pé. See you tomorrow.